between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Wise here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders like the founders of P90X, Baby Einstein, Atari, and many more, and how they overcome big challenges in life and business. Our sponsor today is Rise25.com, where entrepreneurs of 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses come together live and in person every few months to solve their biggest business challenges and leave with lifelong friendships. Check out Rise25.com. It's run by myself and co-founder John Corcoran, and it's application only. Today, I'm very excited. We have a gritty, amazing salesperson, business person, entrepreneur, CEO. Adam Witty is a founder and CEO of Advantage Media Group. What began in the spare bedroom of his home is now an international publishing company. Advantage has been named to the prestigious Inc. 500 5000 list of America's fastest growing private companies and the best places to work in South Carolina multiple years in a row. He's the author, practices what he preaches, so he's the author of 5 books. He's the chairman of a nonprofit youth entrepreneur. It's called Youth Entrepreneurship South Carolina, and he's chairman of Clemson Entrepreneurship Institute. Adam, thanks for joining me.
Jeremy, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, so, with any startup, I've always believed, you're evaluating the jockey, not the horse. Mm-hmm. So if somebody said, hey, will you invest in my business? I'm probably more concerned about the CEO or the entrepreneur that I'm investing in than the actual business.
Yeah. What do you look for? Yeah.
So here's what I look for. I look for confidence, not arrogance, confidence. There's a big difference and there's a line. But I look for confidence and belief, which is kind of what we were talking about, before. I look for somebody that sees the big picture and really has a 500-foot view more than a 5-inch view, right? Because if you're going to build a big company, if you're going to build a really big and great company, you've got to be able to see the big picture and how what you can do is, life-changing, world-changing, industry-changing, what have you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always believed, why start a small business when you can start a really big business?
Right.
I mean, that's a whole lot more fun to me. So I'm looking for people that think big and see the big picture. I'm looking for somebody that knows how to sell. And that doesn't mean that they're trained in how to be an ace salesman, but it means that they can articulate how they have a company that can solve other people's problems. And how it's a true solution, in the world, in the marketplace. So I'm looking at that. And then I think also, just a final thing is I invest in and I look for entrepreneurs that are logical, not emotional. They're logical, but also they're thick-skinned, meaning, you know what? They can take a lick and they can get right back up.
Right.
They have, and that goes back to the grittiness, but it's really resiliency and the ability to persevere.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you what, starting a business from scratch, it ain't easy. It
Right.
ain't easy one bit.
Yeah.
And if you think it's a walk in the park, and if you think that everything's going to be served to you on a silver platter, you couldn't be any more wrong.
Right.
And so the ability to take the lick and keep on trucking, keep on ticking, keep on walking. Boy, I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
Super important.
So, Adam, I have one last question if we have time for it.
Yep.
But I want to point people towards where they should check you out. I know AdvantageFamily.com.
That's right.
That's the website people can check out. Any other places on the web? I know you mentioned ForbesBooks.com. Where else should we point people towards to check out what you have going on?
You can check out AdamWitty.com as well.
Adam Witty, yeah. Witty.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like smart, clever, and funny.
Exactly. So check those out, AdvantageFamily.com, ForbesBooks.com, AdamWitty.com. My last question is, I want you to just briefly run through, you can do it quickly, the evolution of your offices. Because you started off in your bedroom and now you're in, I think, like a 10,000 square foot facility, right?
Yep.
Take me through the journey. I mean, you don't have to go into detail, but you started off in your spare bedroom. What were some of the offices along the way?
So we went from a bedroom, which I don't know, was maybe 100 square feet, to a 1,200 square foot office that could probably comfortably fit, I don't know, 5 or 6 people. And then we went to about 1,800 square feet. And then we went to about 2,600 square feet. And then we kind of maxed out at like 2,800 square feet in the office building we were in. Like we had just kept eating up all the little offices next to ours and turned into one office. And we were busting at the seams. And then we moved to the office where we are now, which it's a 2-story building.
Because it's a huge jump, right?
Yeah, huge jump. I mean, we're going from 2,800 square feet to 5,000 square feet. So we basically doubled. And the building that we're in, 2 stories, we took the first floor knowing that we would have the ability to grow into the second floor when we were ready. Right. And so we took our time, and that took a couple more years to fully fill out, if you will, the 5,000 square feet. Yeah. Then we took over the next 5,000 square feet. And then we also have an office in Austin, Texas, which is about 5,000 square feet.
Wow. So is that people, books, or both?
So it's largely marketing. We have a marketing agency business and our publishing business, and the hub of our marketing business is based in Austin, Texas. Got it. Which was a strategic acquisition that we made.
Wow. Adam, congratulations with everything. I really appreciate your time. This is always fantastic to hear your stories. Go ahead. Are you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say one more thing about the office space. Yeah. So I've always believed that, people are your greatest asset in building a company. Yeah. I don't care what industry you're in. You will have to have people if you want to build a real business, meaning a big business. I mean, if you want to build a business that's a $20 million company, a $50 million company, $100 million company, $1 billion company, one thing that all these bigger companies have in common is they need great people to power those businesses. Yeah. And so when it comes to the physical environment, the physical office that your people are in, I've always been a big believer in investing money and making the office really first class. Yeah. And that is, it's inviting, it's vibrant, lots of colors. Like if you come to our office, there's, quotes all around the office. There's book covers all over the office, copies of Forbes magazine, motivational posters and signs and, all kinds of Advantage branded stuff. My goal is to make our office look like Disneyland. Right. And if every wall isn't covered, then I still have work to do. And so I would just say to entrepreneurs that are growing, that are hiring people, it's your job to make the place that they come to work fun, exciting, and vibrant. Yeah. It's your job. It's not their job. It's your job to do that. One of our core values is create an environment that breeds greatness. And I think that if entrepreneurs can successfully create an environment in their business that breeds greatness, then the business will grow and the business will prosper. Yeah.
See, when you keep talking, it makes me want to ask more questions. So I'm just going to cut myself off. Because, it is true. And I want to know what do your staff say is most fun? Or what's come out of conversations? Because you obviously focus in on this, and that is a priority. I mean, you were voted one of the best places to work. So that's a huge core value for you. What's something that maybe someone else could implement into their office that your staff has said is fun or came out of some kind of meeting?
Yep. So we have something, our big, hairy, audacious goal is called the Road to 1,000, which is publishing 1,000 books per year by December 31st of 2018. We have something called the Pub to 1,000, and we have a bar in our office.
You just take 1,000 shots. No, I'm just kidding.
Not 1,000 shots.
Okay.
But the Pub to 1,000 is open every Friday afternoon from 4:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
And we do a company-wide huddle at 4:23 p.m. Eastern Time. And the team in Austin joins us, and they have a bar in Austin as well. And we do a quick 7-minute kind of, really, it's like a pep rally
type of thing.
It's a stand-up.
Yeah.
It's a quick pep rally, reviewing all the accomplishments as a team we've achieved in the past week. And then the pub's open for an hour for people to get a beer and catch up and just, talk to their friends.
Right.
That's a small thing.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing.
But I think it's a difference maker.
Yeah.
And I think, recognizing people, we do something called Caught in the Act of Greatness.
Yeah.
And every Friday afternoon, people fill out their Caught in the Act of Greatness cards and recognize each other for doing great work.
Yeah.
Because, we have 52 people in our company. There's a lot of good stuff that I never see.
Yeah.
And so if you're counting on me to call it out, it's never going to happen because I just never see it.
Right.
So we really need to kind of call out each other and recognize each other. So that's a small thing that we do.
Yeah.
So all these little things, creating the culture is so important. I've always believed, and one of our authors, he famously says, when I walk into a company, I can smell the culture immediately. And he says, culture is either by design or it's by default.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, if you want to build a great business, you have to be intentional and design the culture exactly as you want it.
Yeah.
You can't just leave it up to someone to create or organically for it to just bubble up.
Right.
If you let that happen, it's probably going to be a culture that you may not want.
Yeah. Adam, thank you. I want to be the first one to thank you. Everyone should check out all the sites I mentioned before, advantagefamily.com. Thanks for taking the time, even though you've launched a huge deal with Forbes in the past few days. So I really appreciate it.
Jeremy, real pleasure. So awesome to be with you. And thanks so much for the inspiration that you give to entrepreneurs week in and week out.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. I really appreciate it. And good luck with buying the NBA team. So anyone that knows out there that can help Adam with that, let him know.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100 grand.